I had no pressure whatsoever growing up. Neither of my parents had unfulfilled wishes. Both of them were very, very happy in their own professions. And they followed this whole thing of Madame Montessori, which is that a parent has to be like a gardener. You have to nourish the soil and give a plant water, but you don't have to twist it, like that and say, this is where you grow and that's where you grow and that's what you'll be. So neither of them had frustrations that they tried to pump into Kartikeya or me. They were really fulfilled, and we saw how fulfilled they were. We saw what their level of dedication to the idea of India and to nation building was. And I think whichever routes Kartikeya and I have taken, we are very much doing things with our own language, but towards the same goal, which is how do you make India a just place? How do you make it a more equitable place? How do you make it a fairer place? How do you make life easier for the last person? He through environment and I through dance. But basically, I think we are both doing what our parents did through their own languages. I think social media has led a lot of people to lie to themselves. Because suddenly you have 5,000 friends who tick mark things that are convenient, and when you ask for help are not there, or decide not to listen, or when you bring up a serious topic which might be divisive, which might be leading to bad behavior, or something like prejudice that leads to violence, or prejudice that leads to ostracizing somebody, they are not there. Even today, 100 years after Dalit rights were spoken about, if a child can be clubbed to death because he drank water, or somebody else gets whipped because they touched somebody's motorcycle, then we have very large issues that we need to be dealing with. And I feel more equipped to do my little tiny bit in that field. I have a very flary temper, which usually lasts about 35 seconds. But in that 35 seconds, I can often use my tongue to lash out and hurt people. And my temper will disappear, but sometimes they never recover from the lashing. And I regret that deeply. And I would like to go back to all of them and say, I can't make it unsaid, but please forgive me, because I realize what an effect it has had on you. And I really, truly regret it. And I'm trying even now to temper that and not lash out. But unfortunately, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I this counting 10 and so on, I try and do. But I think just as I am spontaneous in giving praise and in appreciating something, I think unfortunately my temper is as spontaneous, and I regret that all the time. I'm looking forward to becoming really good at the mridangam that I'm trying to learn. I'm looking forward to learning Spanish. Lots of new productions, taking my new production Past Forward across the country, bringing it to Bombay so that you can see it. Just lots of things, big and small.